Good evening, all. Good evening. Good evening. We will just wait for 1 or 2 more minutes and then we can start. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Yes. Good evening, Manish ji. Good evening once again. Good evening. Okay. So I will just share my screen. Please let me know if it is visible. I will also check. Bluetooth. 1 minute. 1 minute. Is my screen visible? Okay. So let's start with the recap. So can anyone tell me the bullet points what we discussed yesterday? Yes. History of Japan, very good, Aniket ji. Origin of Kaizen, transformation of Japan after World War II, quotes on Kaizen, different quotes. So the important requirement for embracing a Kaizen culture. Okay, yes. Also, we learned 3D approach, right? 3D should be used. And the Kaizen should be used against a 3D because 3Ds are the abnormalities and we should use Kaizen against 3D abnormalities. So Kaizen versus 3D, correct? Yes, then a 3R. We can use 3R to identify or yes, you are to identify Kaizens. So it is just help. It is just a guideline. You can use 3R or 5R to identify Kaizen. And also, EBFC is used for the sequence of the Kaizen. So correct sequence of the Kaizen is EBFC, easier, better, faster, cheaper. Also, you can use the ASTM principle, attitude, safety, time reduction, energy, and moral. So EBFC, this is nothing else but sequence of Kaizen. ASTM, yes, it is nothing else but sequence of Kaizen. So either you can use EBFC or ASTM, but EBFC is the by Shiego Shingo, and I prefer that sequence easier, better, faster, cheaper. Then a Kaizen against 3D, and we should use 3R methodology to identify Kaizens. So 3R methodology is used to identify Kaizens. EBFC and ASTM you used for the deciding the sequence of the Kaizen, and 3D we should use Kaizen against 3D, right? Uh, I forgot to tell you yesterday. So normally we discuss that difficult, danger, and dirty. Okay. But difficult is easy to use. We need to convert from difficult to easy to use, easy to operate like that. But also difficult means, for example, if you have created one work instruction or SOP and that is difficult to follow, it also comes under the category of difficult. Most of the times we are sitting in a conferences room and making the SOP work instruction, and we don't know the practical applicability, and it is very difficult to follow the SOP or work instruction. That is also came under the difficult, correct? Also, regarding dirty means we need to collect that there is burr, coolant, oil spillage. We should identify against the sources of contamination against the dirt, but as well as repetitive task, monotonous tasks also comes under dirty. So skill metrics, you can, there is a flexibility of operator. One operator can run this machine, also another machine, that also be done. So dirty is nothing else but only the dirty condition, but monotonous job, that is also come under dirty. And in difficult to follow work instruction, I have created difficult to follow SOP, that also comes under the difficult. Okay. Yesterday we discussed 3D approach, and normally last 7 to 8 minutes were remaining, and we discussed 3G. But I would like to spend more time on that 3G, and then we will see. Today we are going to see 7+1 wastes. So we should also do the kaizens against 7+1 wastes, and the word for the waste in Japanese is called as muda. So muda means waste. In Japanese, the word is muda, M-U-D-A, muda. So we will see what is muda and what are the types of muda. So what is muda and types of muda? So it is said that there are 8 waste. Earlier there were 7 waste, but 1 waste added later on. So we will see that as well. But prior to that, let's once again recap about 3G. Okay. So what is 3G? Can anyone tell me what is 3G? Gemba. First G stands for Gemba. Yes, correct. Gemba means, what does it mean? Real workplace, shop floor, where the parts are produced. Real place, yes. Gemba means real workplace. Means in manufacturing industry, it is a shop floor. And in service industry, whatever service they are providing, that is their Gemba. Okay? Yes. Gembitsu means physical objects, real objects. Examining the physical objects, examining the machine, examining the parts, that comes under Gembetsu. Okay, so I will just, let me share my screen next. Okay, so as we discussed, Gemba is real workplace, and if you face any problem, after occurring this problem, you should go to the Gemba. You should go to the place where that problem is happened. As I told yesterday, Japanese reporters are telling that we are reporting from the Gemba. Means we are near to the location where earthquake is happened. So go to the place where the problem is happened. That is called as Gemba. And it is said that Gemba is the best teacher. Gemba is the best teacher. And also remember one sentence, Gemba never lies. Gemba is the best teacher and Gemba never lies because it always tell you the facts. So hence Gemba word is very, very important. Go to the place where the problem is happened instead of sitting in conferences room. So that is stands as Gemba. Gembetsu, as we discussed, is a physical object or suppose there is a problem with machine, examine that part of the machine, or examine the physical object. And Genjitsu means we need to collect the facts. We need to check with our own eyes. Do not depend on the assumption. Do not depend on the opinions of other persons. Check the facts with your own eyes. Okay, so that is 3G approach. Go to the Gemba, examine the physical part and check the facts with your own eyes and take decision based on facts. And another one I told you, Genchi Gembetsu. Go and see and know opinions from offices, observe what is actually happening and collect the actual data. Okay. So now, before proceeding to the 7+1 West, I would like to tell you one concept. So as I told you, Taiichi Uno, who was the founder of the Toyota, who was the creator of the Toyota Production System, TPS. So there is a one famous concept. The Taiichi Uno here name is reflecting Taiichi Uno. There is one famous concept called as Uno circle. So can anyone tell me what is Uno circle? What is Uno circle? What was that concept Uno circle? Okay. Is my screen visible? So what is that Uno circle? Is anyone aware about this concept? Uno circle? No, 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 Daljit. So Taiichi Uno introduced this concept. For example, I am just drawing a, suppose this is my machine. Suppose this is my machine. Okay. And what Uno sir is telling me that, and suppose there is an operator who is operating this machine. This is operator who is operating this machine. Suppose. So this operator is operating this machine. Very simple. Huh? What is Uno circle? And this is machine. And on this machine, any part is running, etc., etc. Suppose there is a crack problem. So we are going to the game bar, we are observing that like. So this is machine, this is operator is running the machine. What Uno sir was saying that, suppose I am a supervisor. Suppose I am a supervisor working in that injection molding, for example. And Uno sir was the vice president of the Toyota at that time. So what he was doing that, suppose there is a new person or a supervisor is working. So I am a supervisor. So he is telling me that this is machine, this is operator working on that machine. So you need to stand near to the machine. And he was drawing one circle, but that circle he was drawing with the help of chalk. Chalk. So that circle is called as Uno circle. So that circle is called as Uno circle. So this is Uno circle, but this is drawn with the help of chalk. Now here I am drawing on Excel, but this circle is called as Uno circle. And suppose I am Kiran here as a supervisor. So Uno sir was telling me that, Kiran, please stand in that circle. And I supposed to stand in that circle for 4 hours, for 3 hours. And what is my job? I am just observing. I am just observing what is happening. For example, I am just seeing what is happening. So my eyes are on that machine. I am just observing. So that machine. But there is one rule. I am not allowed to come out of the circle. I am not allowed to come out of the circle. There is a circle drawn by the Uno sir with the help of chalk, like Lakshman Resha. Okay. So I am not allowed to cross that circle. So I need to spend 3 hours, 4 hours near to that machine. So at that time, I don't have the mobile. So I am just observing the machine. So then I observe 3D abnormalities. So then I was, yes, observing that, yes, operator is bending. Yeah, there are a lot of burr is generated. There are a lot of coolant leakage. Operator is finding difficulty to load the job. There is very low light level on that machine. Yes, there is some danger condition. So that wire is open. So machine, there is a jerk. So there is some abnormal noise. So all these I am observing with my hands because I need to stand there for 3 hours. And Uno sir was telling me that, suppose I stood there at 8 a.m. At 11 a.m. I need to go to the Uno sir and I need to submit my observations. So I am submitting, yes, operator was bending. It was very difficult for the operator to load the job. It was very difficult for the operator to unload the job. There were coolant leakage. There were bursts around that machine. And it is nothing else but real facts. Genjutsu. So stand in that Uno circle, just observe. And Taichi Uno was saying that, please deposit your problems. So one bank, that bank name is called as problem bank. Means we need to deposit our problems in that bank. So I observed by standing in Uno circle, and suppose I identified 32 abnormalities or problems. So I will deposit these 32 problems in that problem bank. So suppose this is 23rd July. Again on 24th July, I will change the machine. Now I will stand on the next machine like that. So accordingly, every person was standing in Uno circle and he was observing all the abnormalities. He was observing all the problems. And these problems are the real problems because that is captured on the Gemba. And as I told you, Gemba never lies. So I'm just standing there, I'm noting down my observation, and that was the facts. So that is called as Genjutsu. And the concept is Uno circle. Because Taichi Uno was emphasizing on Genjutsu. He was emphasizing on real facts. But how we can observe real fact when we go to the Gemba? And that is the importance of Gemba, Gembetsu, and Genjutsu. And that is the concept of Uno circle. So you can also start this. So just draw, not you need not to draw a physical circle. Just stand there for 1 hour, 2 hour. My boss, who was from Toyota, he was saying me that Kiran, there is one power, and that power is called as power of observation. Just stand there and just observe the process. Do not speak. Just write down. Just write down. Stood there for 1 hour, 2 hour. Just stand there. Just observe and just write down what you are observing. And then change the machines. Different machines. When different operators are working, different processes, and capture the real facts. Capture the real problems. Capture the actual condition. And then it will help us to take the decision. Then we can initiate the Kaizen. But first is we need to capture the reality on the Gemba. And I'm once again saying, Gemba never lies. Gemba never lies. It always reveals the truth. It always reveals the truth. And hence the concept Uno circle you can use in your organization as well. So understood the concept of Uno circle? OHNO, Uno circle. Yes. ONHO, no. Very good. So 3G is clear in all respect. 3G clear. Uno circle clear. Yes. Same 3G concept. But that Uno circle terminology, normally they are using Uno circle. Clear? Okay. Now we will see the next slide. So as we discussed, once again I am repeating, we should initiate Kaizens against 3D abnormalities. We should initiate Kaizens by using 3R principle. And we can decide the sequence of the Kaizen by EBFC rule or ASTM principle. So they will tell us the sequence of Kaizen. 3R will guide us and 3D will also guide us, but Kaizen should be opposite of 3D and Kaizen should be used by using 3R. Okay. Now the next concept that is very important, and we will discuss this concept today. That concept is called as Muda. That concept is called as Muda. So can anyone tell me what is Muda and what is the definition of Muda? Because Muda means West. I just told you. But what is Muda? Definition. What do you mean by the word West? And why Wests are dangerous? What is West and why Wests are dangerous? Okay. Okay. Yes, Team Wood. Yes, Team Wood. But what is the definition, Daljit? What is the definition of West? Yes, Hussein is saying it correctly. Okay. So let's see the definition of West first. So firstly, we should able to identify the waste. Okay. So we will see what is waste, and then we will see who introduced the 7 wastes. Okay. So this is the gentleman, Mr. Taichi Uno. Mr. Taichi Uno, who was the creator of TPS. He was the creator of Toyota Production System, and Taichi Uno invented 7 wastes. So firstly, we will see what is waste. Okay. So waste means an activity that consume resources or material, but it creates no value for the customer. In easy words, an activity which consume resources or material, but customer is not willing to pay for that activity. That is called as waste. In simple words, I am once again telling, waste means definition, an activity that consume resources. An activity that consume resources, but customer is not willing to pay for that activity. And that activity is called as waste if customer is not willing to pay and if that activity consuming the resources. Okay. Uh, so I will tell one incident. So normally we stay in Pune. So we were celebrating the birthday in one of the hotel when we are working in one of the company. So we were going by the company bus, and there is one hotel near to our company organization, and we normally celebrating the birthday in that hotel. It is outskirt of the Pune. So when at that time we ordered one dish. That name is Uttappa. It is a South Indian dish. So Uttappa, onion Uttappa. So we ordered 12 onion Uttappas because we were going to celebrate birthday of one of our colleague. And when we ordered 12 onion Uttappas, and when we received the order on the table, when we are supposed to start the eating, but suddenly one of our friend, he observed that there is a cockroach in onion Uttappa. So he just told me there is a cockroach and please check your Uttappas. So when we check, so there is a one more Uttappa with cockroach. So out of 12, in 2 Uttappas, we observed cockroach. And in 10 Uttappas, there were no cockroach. Now, my question to all of you, so will we eat that Uttappa? Because we ordered 12 Uttappas and we observed the cockroaches in 2 Uttappas. So will we prefer to eat that dish? Okay? No. Now my question of you, you are saying no. But that activity of Uttapa making, that activity consumed resources, yes or no? For example, yes, Vikasji. For example, that activity, he consumed the raw material, that flour, okay? He used the raw material. Then he consumed the oil. He consumed the onion. He consumed the tomato. He used the waiter, the cook used the tomatoes, cook used the onion, cook used oil, cook used the raw material. Even though gas is consumed, oil is used, but his efforts are also introduced in that. He also used his efforts, even though material used by the cook, oil is used by the cook, onion is used by the cook, raw material is used by the cook, gas is used by the cook. So all resources are used, all resources are consumed, but customer is not willing to pay for it. And hence, we never paid a single rupee for such instances. And we told that hotel owner, we will not visit your hotel henceforth. And we not paid a single rupee. Now, there is a waste because customer is not willing to pay, but that restaurant use the resources. And that is the definition of waste. Customer will not pay for you, but you will consume the resources. you will consume the resources. Okay, so that is called as waste. Am I audible? Yes, because you saying not audible, so okay. Clear? So what is waste? Waste means an activity which consume resources. Yes, yes, Arvindji, activity which consume resources, but customer is not willing to pay for it. That is called as waste. So definition understood? The definition of waste. Please type yes if you understood the definition of waste. Can anyone write the definition of waste in chat box? What is waste? What is waste? Can anybody type the definition of waste in chat box? What is waste? This is half definition. Customer is not willing to pay, but we are consumed the resources. Yes, we are consumed the resources, but customer is not willing to pay. That is called as waste. Clear? Very good. Activity that consume resources or material but creates no value or customer is not willing to pay. That is called as waste. Clear? Okay. Now, Taichi Uno, he invented 7 types of waste. And somebody was saying, we were using the word Tim Wood earlier. Tim Wood. So, because originally there are 7 West, and these 7 West identified by Taichi Uno. And the one West is added in 1990 by the Lean community. So, I will just use the pen. So, which are the Wests discovered by the Taichi Uno? So, defect, overproduction, waiting, transportation, inventory, motion, and extra processing. These 7 wastes are discovered by Taichi Uno. And this waste, non-utilization of human talent, non-utilizing human talent, non-utilizing talent of the employees. This waste is identified, I think, in 1990s by Lean community. And these 7 wastes are identified by Taichi Uno. And hence, I never write 8 wastes. I write 7 plus 1 because 7 is identified by Taichi Uno and 1 is identified by the Lean community. So now it is called as 8 waste, but I normally write it as 7 plus 1 waste because 7 is the original waste identified by Taichi Uno, and this highlighted by blue color, it is added later on, I think in 1990s by the Lean community. Okay, but identified by Taichi Uno. Now we discussed on the day one that what is the purpose of any business? Purpose of any business is make more money, okay, to make profits, right? But the waste, always remember, the waste eats our profit. Always remember, the wastes eat our profits. In TPM, it is called as losses. So TPM talks about 16 losses. Lean talks about 7 plus 1 wastes. But losses or wastes, they are eating the profit of organization. And hence, we need to initiate a war against waste. I'm once again repeating. The wastes are eating the profits of organization. And hence, we need to initiate a war against waste. So normally, I told you on day one, as a lean practitioner, as a Kaizen practitioner, I'm always saying that instead of cutting cost, cut waste, attack on waste. If you attack on waste, your costs will be automatically come down. So as a lean practitioner, as a Kaizen practitioner, I'm always saying that please initiate war against waste. Please initiate war against waste because wastes will eat the profit of your organization and hence we need to kill the waste. Elimination of waste is always good, and if it is not possible to eliminate, at least we should reduce the waste. Okay, so now we will see one by one what is the 8 waste. Okay, so what is first waste? Okay, Now, as there are 7 plus 1 waste, earlier the word was team wood. Now the word is downtime. So either you can use the word team wood or downtime. Some people are saying team woods and S stands for skill, not utilizing the skills of employees. So either you can remember, I am writing in chat box. So either original waste, you can remember the word team wood, TIMWOOD. That is the original. T means transportation, inventory, motion, waiting, overproduction, overprocessing, and defects. But now, word used as downtime. So we need to remember 8 waste, and the word you need to remember is downtime. So we will see what is downtime. So you need to remember the word downtime. Not name it change. Earlier it is a team wood. So this is downtime. Some people are saying that team woods and S stands for skill. But some people are saying that downtime because N is non-utilization of human talent. Non-utilization of human talent. For that N, they have changed the word downtime. So you can remember any team wood is also okay. Downtime is also okay. But we need to understand each and every waste. So you can remember team wood or downtime. Okay. Just for you can remember, and hence the word downtime, team would like that. Okay. Now we will start with the defect. So D, start with the defect. Now my question to all of you is, what is defect? And then next question is, why defect is treated as a waste? What is defect? And why it should be treated as a waste? Okay. Okay. Suppose I am a manufacturer of pen. So my company name is Kiran Pens. And suppose Aniketji purchased 100 pens from me. Imagine I am a manufacturer, pen manufacturer. So I started the manufacturing of pen. The name is Kiran Pens. And suppose Aniketji is there. So I sold 100 pens to the Aniketji. My first lot. And Aniketji observed that out of 100, there are problem with 20 pens. Either ink is coming out, they are not writing, or creating some problem. Ink is coming out, they are not writing, and this is my first lot dispatch to Aniketji. And now Aniketji will be unhappy. Customer is dissatisfied because he is observing that out of 100, only 80 pens are good. And he will raise a customer complaint and he will say that I will only pay for 80 pens. You can take this back, 20 pens. These are faulty. So defects means an abnormality or non-conformance to the specification, and customer will not accept that product as is because there is something is lacuna is there. Either you can say lacuna, abnormality, or non-conformance, because pen is supposed to write and pen is not writing, and ink is coming, so it is not supposed to come the ink outside, because I am a student, I am writing the board examination, and if is coming out, that is very, very dangerous. So that is called as defect, which is non-conformance, for which customer is unhappy. It is lacuna, it is abnormalities on a product, like that cockroach in onion uttappa, because we are assuming that the uttappas will be good and very hygienic. But when we observe the cockroach in Uttappas, we refuse to pay. So that is called as defect. So customer will never pay for the defects because he is expecting a good quality product. Correct? So now Ankit ji will give me only money of 80 pence. So 20 pence he will reject. Now my question to all of you is, I have used the resources for how many pens? 100 pens. I have utilized the manpower for the 100 pens. I have consumed the raw material for the 100 pens. I have consumed the electricity, compressed air, light for the 100 pens. But customer is only paying me for the 80 pens. And hence defects are called as waste, because as per definition, waste means that activity which consume resources but customer is not willing to pay. And that 20 pence, they have used the resources. Manpower is used, raw material is used, energy is used, electricity is used, compressed air is used, but customer will not pay for that 20 pence, and hence defect is treated as a waste because customer will not pay for a defective product. Clear? Defects means lacuna, abnormalities, ideally non-conformance to the specification, and customer will not pay for the defect because he is expecting a good quality product. He will not expect, he will not accept the product with defects. We will not accept the shirt without buttons because that is customer is expecting. So there are buttons are missing, we will not accept that. Correct? And hence defect is treated as a waste. Understood? The first waste is called as defect. Means we are producing the product, but that is not as per the conformance. It is not conformance to the specification of customer. We are not fulfilling the customer requirements. Clear? And hence defect is treated as a waste. Okay? Okay. So first waste is defect. Okay. Now parallelly, we will take one example of restaurant. Okay. And ideally, we should identify the defects in each and every area. Suppose there is a 7+1 checklist, and by using that checklist, you need to identify the wastes in your area. Now, suppose all we 122 participants went to a restaurant, and I told you a job. Please observe the defects in restaurant. Always remember, defects is always on product. Defect is always on product, and the product of restaurant is food. So restaurant is serving the food for the customer. Their product is food. Now what could be the defect in case of restaurant? So this is just parallelly we will discuss what could be the defect in case of restaurant. And we'll see one video as well later on, and that will be exercise for you. But what could be the defect in case of restaurant? So product is food. What could be the defect? Okay, well, please tell us the defect on product. Particularly, product is food. Yes. Suppose utappa with cockroach is a defect. Yes. So salt is missing. It is a defect. Foreign particle inside the food, that is also defect. Expired food, that is also defect. Rotten food, it is also, yes, defect. Burnt roti, roti is burnt, that is also defect. Okay, or kachi roti, in Hindi kachi roti. Yes, not satisfied the customer will be the result, but what is defect? Bad smell, bad taste. As if I ordered a dal tadka, and if he delivered me, for example, dal fry, or if I ordered a butter roti and he gave me a plain roti, okay, that is called as defect. Means either order is not delivered correctly, or there is some abnormalities in food, bad taste, smell, overcooked, less salt, veg non-veg mix. That is very very correct. If I order the veg dish and I received a non-veg dish, that is also called as defect. Any contamination, tasteless, half-cooked food, correct Daljit. Clear? So defect is clear, and always remember that customer will not pay for the defect, and hence it is treated as a waste. And once again, I am telling you, waste will eat your profit because that restaurant delivered that restaurant made 12 utappas. They used the 12 raw material for the 12 utappas, oil for the 12 utappas, but we not paid a single rupee for that utappa, and hence it is always profit, eating the profit. Clear? Yes. Now the second waste is called as overproduction. So what does it mean, overproduction? Can anyone tell me what does it mean, overproduction? Yes. Rakesh Ji is also saying okay. 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 More than order quantity. Okay. Before discussing overproduction, let's discuss our day-to-day example. Okay. So I haven't delivered a training on lean manufacturing to my wife or to my sister or to my mother because they are not aware about that lean tools, for example. Now my question to all of you, for example, uh, suppose Vikram Singh. So Vikram Singh, suppose I ask the question to Vikram Singh ji. So how many roti if your wife or your mother is preparing daily? Or in my case, for example, my wife makes 20 rotis in a day. Okay, my wife makes 20 rotis in a day. So always remember, for preparing any product, we need three things: man, machine, and material. Yes, SOPs also need, but main physical, there are three things: man, machine, and material, because these are the physical elements we are using to produce anything. So now my product is roti. Okay, now my product is roti, and my wife is the operator. Okay, the raw material for the use is atta. For the raw material as atta, oil, etc. is the raw material. Man is required or woman is required, suppose, then material, and then machine. Gas stove is the machine. So these three things are needed to make any product: man, material, man oblique woman, material, and machine. So my wife, my gas stove, and the raw material. So these are the three M's. And by using these three M's, my wife will make a roti. Okay. Now my wife makes 20 rotis, but in my house, in my home, we have the raw material for the 100 rotis. It is available in my home. Okay. And the capacity of my wife is to make 35 rotis. For example, my wife can make 35 rotis in a day. She cannot make above the 35, for example. But even though my wife has a skill to make a roti, even though my wife has a material to make the rotis, even though my wife can make 35 rotis, she has the capacity to make 35 rotis, she has the required skill, she has the raw material available, she has the machine available, tools available for the roti. What are the tools required? But my wife is not making 35 rotis. Why? Even though I have a material, even though I have a machine, even though she has having skill, even though she has having capability. Yes, because my wife knows who are the customers and what is the customer requirement. What is the customer requirement? The need is only 20. And always remember one sentence. In lean, I normally say, do not produce as per the resource availability. Do not produce as per the resource availability. Do not produce as per the capacity. Please produce as per customer requirements. Do not produce as per the resource availability. Do not produce as per the capacity availability. Produce as per the customer requirement. This is a common sense. Even though my wife has not attended any lean training, but she is not making 35 rotis because she knows, even though material is available, machine is available, my wife can make 35 rotis, but she is making only 20 rotis because we should produce as per customer requirements. And that was Taichi Uno was always saying to Toyota employees, do not overproduce. What is customer requirement? Produce as per that only. And my wife is also following the same. She is not producing as per capacity. She is not producing as per resource availability. She is producing as per the customer requirement. Now, why overproduction is treated as a waste? For example, if my wife makes 35 rotis, what will happen? Okay, I can try 15 rotis. tomorrow, but at that time I'm wasting her time. At that time I'm wasting the material. At that time I'm producing excess which is not required, and again I'm tomorrow I'm again consuming the yesterday's food that is not good for my health, for example. Yes, it will become waste. And hence Tai Chuno was always saying that overproduction is the biggest waste. All the wastes are biggest, but overproduction is the biggest waste because it consumes the raw material, it consumes the operator resources. We are consuming the operator hands, we are consuming the resources, we are consuming the raw material, we are consuming the electricity, we are consuming the consumables, we are consuming the compressed air, and we are making products, and these products are not used by the that these products are not purchased by the customer, and hence overproduction is treated as a waste. And hence overproduction is treated as a waste. Normally, it is said that in a world we are wasting. Yesterday, as told you, na, my son never waste a single grain of rice. I yesterday showed you the picture. But 33% food is wasted in the world. 33% prepared food is wasted. So I am staying in Pune, and there are two famous roads in Pune. I'm not talking about the entire Pune city. There are two famous roads in Pune, and there are lots of hotels in Pune on that two roads. And municipal corporation collect the garbage from that hotels. So daily they are collecting on that only two streets, two roads. I'm not talking about entire Pune. The daily collection is 2.1 ton of processed foods they are collecting as a waste. Please, 2.1 ton of prepared food, processed food, they are collecting as a waste because people were throwing that food in the dustbin. 2.1 ton of prepared food. And just on the two streets, and that is the report of the Pune Municipal Corporation. See the amount of food we are wasting. It is overproduced. It is overproduced. It is not consumed. And yesterday we were talking about 3R, reduce, reuse, recycle. And here we are throwing 33% food. And near about 18 to 20% people in the world, they are not getting the enough food to eat. And on the contrary, we are wasting 33% of food. So that is the overproduction waste. It is overproduced. Nobody there to consume, and they were just throwing that processed food in dustbin. It is not about, suppose you cannot say that I have paid for the food. So yes, you can afford to pay, but our earth will not afford because we are wasting 33% of the food. So you are saying that I have paid for it, but you are wasting. And hence I yesterday showed the example of my son not wasting a single grain of rice. It is just an example from my own city, 2.1 ton of wasted food. So hence overproduction is waste because we use the material, we use the labor, we use the consumable oil, etc. But we are not consuming because customer is not consuming that. Customer is not ready to pick that. That is called as over. Understood? Overproduction. If you are making more than the order, and customer will not buy that product because customer give you order of only 100 rotis and you are prepared 150 rotis, customer will not pay 50 rotis. He will just take only 100 rotis. Okay, overproduction is clear? Yes. Okay. So D is clear defects, O is clear overproduction. We will see some slides on that, and then I will describe waiting for you. For example, defects. Just look at this. It is more in detail. What is defect? Not doing things right at first time. For example, defect is all product is not correct or effort involved in correcting the defect which is occurred, which results into increase in cost and customer dissatisfaction. Example, rejects, reworks, damage, crack. These are called as defects. Reject piece, rework piece, damage piece, crack piece, customer dissatisfied, and effort involved in correcting the defect occur. That is called as defect. Okay. Overproduction. Producing more than the needed or before it is needed is also called as overproduction. For example, you want a pizza at, suppose our class is up to 9 and you ordered pizza at 9:15. After finish our car, you are planning that you will consume the pizza. But pizza is arrived at 8:30 and you told that at 9:15 you are expecting. So too early it is also waste because customer is not hungry at this time and you are delivered. So producing more than needed or before than it is needed is also called as overproduction. Okay. And example is non-moving finished good is the overproduction because that is non-moving. Why? Because customer ordered only for the 100 rupees. He will just pick 100 rupees and I have made 150 rupees. Customer will not pick that 100 rupees and it will be a waste. So that is the overproduction. Clear? Defect and overproduction. 2 slides. Okay. Third waste is called as waiting waste. Waiting waste. For example, either operator can wait, either machine can wait, or material can wait. So operator can wait, material can wait, or machine can wait. And my question to all of you, why waiting is treated as a waste? Why waiting is treated as a waste? So I told you now, either man will wait, man, machine, or material. All three will wait, or either man will wait, either machine will wait, or either material will wait. Okay. So I just tell you one incident. When I got a job in one of the company, and I decided that I will give party, particularly to my relatives and my parents. At that time, my father. Now I just 3 months back, actually, I lost my father. But my father, who was at that time of 85 years old, and my mother is near about 81 years old. So I thought that I should have a party with my elder parents, my wife, my sisters, and there is one famous restaurant in Pune. I won't name that. So we went there, and they told us there is some waiting. So we thought it's okay. So they have write down our names, and they told us that they will call us. We were there at 7:15 p.m. and they called us at 9:10 p.m. Now just imagine. Now just imagine we reached at 7:15 p.m. my elder parents and they called us at 9:10 p.m. and then somebody was saying that hotel quality is very good. Yes, I agree. Hotel quality is very good. Hygiene is very good. Yes, I agree. Hygiene is very good. Quality is very good. But my parents, they were 85, 80 years old and for 2 hours we were waiting because at that time we were hungry and we don't get the food. So always remember if your product quality is good, suppose you are a restaurant owner, if your taste is best, if your quality is best, taste is best, hygiene is good, but customer is waiting for 2 hours, then you need to work on that. Otherwise, it will be a, again waste because customer will be unhappy. Correct? Now, as I told you, in industry, suppose operator is there to work, material is available, but machine is under breakdown. So we will not able to make a product because I have told you for making any product, there are three things are required: man, machine, and material. So operator is ready, material is ready, but machine is not ready. Machine is under breakdown, and hence we are taking care of machines in TPM. Okay. Second scenario, machine is very good, man is ready, machine is ready, no material available. Again waiting. So earlier we were waiting for the machine, now we are waiting for the material. Third scenario, material is okay, Machine is okay, but operator absent. So either man can wait, waiting because of man, waiting because of material, waiting because of machine. So all are called as waste. Now, just as a curiosity, I have a question for all of you. There should not be a waiting for man, machine, and material. Because suppose I am using a machine of 45 crores. My owner has purchased a machine of 45 crores and my owner is paying interest. But we are not producing the product, even though there is a customer order is there. Assume that customer order is there, but we are not able to produce the product because either man is not available, machine is not available, or material is not available, and that machine is purchased at 45 crores, and there is a customer demand and customer is waiting. So that is always not good situation. Now my question to all of you, either man can wait, machine can wait, and material can wait. But suppose you want to give a priority. If suppose you want to give a priority, then you will give priority to material, machine, or man. Machine should not wait, man should not wait, and material should not wait. Correct. But if you want to decide a priority, then as per your thinking, material should not wait, machine should not wait, or man should not wait. Once again, I am saying waiting, there should not be any waiting due to man, material, or machine. But I'm just asking as a priority. So man is waiting, machine is waiting, and material is waiting. So you will act first on whom? Material, machine, or man? Sharvar is saying material, Amit is saying material, Muhammad is saying machine, Vikashji is saying man. Yes, customer, I agree, money, but I'm just question. So material should not wait, man should not wait, or machine should not wait. Priority wise, I'm telling. Ideally, three should not wait, but as a priority. Why I'm asking you? Suppose if this situation occurs in your company and you have to take a decision, material should not wait, machine should not wait, or man should not wait. Then your sequence should be what? You should act first on material, man, or machine. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I'm not denying any logic, but according me, we should first act on material. And I will tell you the reason. I will tell you the reason because suppose I am producing a whiteboard marker and my cost to produce that whiteboard marker is 40 rupees. I'm not considering the selling price right now. Suppose 40 rupees is the cost I incurred to prepare a whiteboard marker. Normally, it is said that 40 rupees is cost. It includes raw material cost as well as the operator conversion cost, converting the material to finished good. So 10 rupees is the conversion cost, 30 rupees is the material cost, for example. Normally 60 to 65% contribution in that cost is of material. Always remember. 60 to 65 contribution is of material. 25 to 30 is of the machine hour rate, etc. And only 10% is of 10 or less than 10 is the direct labor cost. So ideally 65% material is actually 65% is the contribution of material. So we should first act on material. We should first act on material because out of 100 rupees, 65 or 60 will be consumed by the material, 20 to 25 by the machine, and 10 or less than 10 by the direct labor. And hence, particularly in India, I'm not talking about the overseas countries, I don't know, but we should firstly act on the material because it is consuming 65%. And always remember one sentence, material should be treated as a prime minister. Material should be treated as a prime minister. As soon as material arrives at your workstation, please process this material as early and as possible and please pass this material to the next station. I'm assuming that there's a customer order. You are not overproducing. I'm assuming that. Suppose you have a customer order and as soon as you receive the material, please process it as early as possible. And it is saying that single piece flow is always desirable, because as early as possible we are this moving this material from our workstation to the next workstation to next workstation. So ideally it is said that as early as possible, the material which is arrived as an input on that machine or on that workstation should be processed and sent to the next workstation, because material should not wait, because it is consuming 60 to 65% of the time of the cost. And hence, remember one sentence: material should be treated as a prime minister. We should give so importance to the material, because 65% is the material cost. Agreed? So waiting is a waste. Man can wait, machine can wait, material can wait, but priority wise, we should act on the material first, and we should treat material as a prime minister. As early as possible, please process the material which comes to your workstation, and then machine, and then man. Because it is, suppose direct laborers are working, casual workers are working, their salaries, particularly in India, 15,000, 20,000, like that. Permanent workers salary are more, but these are less than 10%, but material is very costly. So as early as possible, please process the material fast. And hence it is said that lead time reduction is always preferable. One single piece flow is always preferable, because we are moving the material as early as possible to the next station. Understood? Waiting. So waiting, either man can wait, material can wait, and machine can wait. Ideally they should not wait, but as the priority, you should first act on material, then on machine, and then on man. Clear? So we discussed three wastes: defect, overproduction, waiting. Okay. Now there is another waste, that is called as non-utilization of human talent. That is called as non-utilization of human talent. And always remember, can anybody tell me what does it mean? Non-utilization of human talent. Yes, my vice president was saying that, Kiran, we are using the hands of our operator. We are not using the brains of our operator. We should engage our operators. We should engage their brains. Because as I told Samir Pradhan, he was the casual worker, but he gave us an idea, and because of that idea, we could able to save 28 lakhs rupees per year without investing a single rupee 20 years back. Okay. So non-utilization of human talent is also treated as a waste, because suppose if I join any organization, yeah, if they are not utilizing my talent, then either I can resign. Okay. Because my talent is XYZ, and they are not utilizing my talent. They are wasting my talent. Then I also get bored in that company. A survey in India says that 60% of employees are underutilized in company. Very good figure, Abdulji. I was also not aware. The survey in India says that 60% of employees are underutilized. What does it mean? We are not utilizing their brains. We are not utilizing their capacities. We are not utilizing their capabilities. I still remember Sir Vivian Richards in cricket. Sir Vivian Richards was a very good cricketer, but I think on first match, so how he came to know to the world, I heard one story. Uh, at that time, Vivian Richards was not famous, and he was just went there to watch a match. And there were two teams were playing, and one player was less in one of the team. So they told that Vivian Richards to please join our team, because we have one player less. Okay, so 11, to make 11 players, they pulled Vivian Richards in their team. And I think that the team opposite of that Will Richards was in team A, and that team B won the toss. I think they made a good runs, and then team A were chasing. And but first two or three or four batsmen, they actually out very quickly. They're about very quick in 1 hour or like that. I exactly don't know. But then Will Richards was telling that, can I go for the batting? Can I go for the batting? And team captain is saying that no, no, no. These are our good players. They will go, they will go, they will go, like that. And Will Richards just was waiting. And when I think five players were out, and then it is said that now you can go because already we are losing the match. So go there and please try. And then Vivian Richards played so beautifully, and that team won the match. So it was that team was not utilizing the talent of Vivian Richards. So when the talent is utilized, that team won. And hence we need to use the talent of employees. And hence it is said that Kaizen per man per month is the one of the important KPI in Toyota. And I think this waste is not identified by Taichuno because I think Toyota was always utilizing the talents of their employees. It is said that Toyota is normally utilizing the talents of their employees. So I will just tell you one story. Just give me 1 second. So we will cover this then. Yes. So from LinkedIn, I took this screenshot. In 1984, General Motors gave up on filling car plant in California. So absenteeism was out of the control. Workers were drinking on the job. Cars rolled off the line with coke cans sealed in the doors. So that was the condition. Absenteeism was there. Workers were drinking on the job and they were observing coke cans sealed in the doors. And the same plant was taken by the Toyota. Earlier, it was the owner of the General Motors, but the same plant, Toyota took over the plant. Now, Toyota rehired the same workers. Toyota rehired the same workers, and within a year, that factory was producing car with world-class quality. That plant, I think it is a Nummi plant. Nummi, you can just Google the Nummi. The Nummi plant was one of the worst plant of General Motors. But when Toyota took over that plant within a year, that plant was the most profitable plant. They were producing the car with world-class quality. Same people, different system. Because it is said that respect for the people. Toyota is always focusing on two things. One is called as Kaizen, continuous improvement. I will use the pointer and respect for the people. So Toyota is always focusing on the respect for the people. They were utilizing the talents of their employees. They were giving the respect for the people's decision-making authority like that. The same operators, the same workers, and that plant was profitable. That plant was the profitable. And what it changed, they are saying that at JM, workers needed permission to change anything. At Toyota, they were expected to improve things. They will work on the improvements. At GM, managers believed only expert had the authority to optimize. At Toyota, the guy who turns the wrench is the expert on that wrench, and we should use his talent. We should use his talent. And hence it is said that non-utilization of human talent is the best. Here again it is mentioned that Toyota didn't just allow bottom-up changes, they desired for it. Tight constraint, clear documentation, and full autonomy within those bounds. The result is 10 implemented suggestions per worker per year, not proposed, not reviewed, implemented. But Toyota changed the things. Toyota changed the things because it is said that in Toyota it is allowed that we should use our brain. And hence on day one, I told you, Toyota never say we build cars. Toyota never say we build cars. They say that we build people. We build people and our people build cars. And that is the fourth waste, non-utilization of human talent. and it is applicable for us as well. Most of the people working in industry, they don't know their talent. Most of the people, they don't know their talent. Even we don't know the talent of our child. Either we were making them engineers or doctors because we don't know their talent. We don't know their strength. Yes or no? Just engineer or doctor was the option in India because we don't know the talent. We don't know the talent. What is their, for example, Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli was not good in study, but Virat Kohli's mother supported very well Virat Kohli, and now he is a famous cricketer, is a famous batsman, and he is very famous. But he was not good at study. But Virat Kohli's mother, Virat Kohli's coach, they identified his talent, and hence that is one of the danger west in nowadays because we are not utilizing the talents of employees. Clear? So downward is clear. Defects, overproduction, waiting, and non-utilization of human talent. So these are four waste. Clear? Yes. Okay. So down is clear. Please write down. Down is clear. So defect, overproduction, waiting, and non-utilization of human talent. Tomorrow we will have exercise. But down is clear. Defect, overproduction, waiting, and non-utilization of human talent. Yes. Very good. Now we will proceed to the next waste. Okay. That next waste is called as transportation. So now my question to all of you is, what is transportation? What is transportation? And what is the difference between motion and transportation? What is transportation and what is the difference between motion and transportation? So, okay. So when we are moving the goods from one place to another place, for example, we are moving the goods from one place to another place, and suppose we are moving that goods with the help of forklift. There is no manage involved. Everything is moved by the forklift. So when we are moving the goods, it is termed as transportation. Always remember, transportation is always related with the goods movement. We are moving the material from here to there like that with the help of suppose forklift. So just moving the material, just moving the goods from one location to other, from one machine to another, another machine to another machine like that, it is called as transportation. And motion is always related to man or woman, human. So suppose I am going there, walking there. So that is called as motion waste. So I am searching for the tool. I am going there up 100 feet, again searching for the tool, coming back on the machine. I am bending 27 times. I observed one of the ways that operator while doing setup, he was bending 27 times and we reduced their bending from 27 times to 10 times. So he was bending a lot. So that is motion waste. Operator is bending, operator is searching, operator is looking here and there, operator is going up on machine, again coming down. So these are called as motion. So we were getting up, going near to the TV, again changing the channels, again coming back, sitting on the chair, again getting up. So that is called as motion. And transportation is always related to goods. So this basic difference is understood. Transportation is related to goods, motion is related to human. Yes, motion waste is always related to human. There are lots of bending movement, walking, searching, climbing up, on climbing on the steps. like that. All these included as a motion. And when we are moving the material from one location to another location with the help of forklift, it is called as transportation. And suppose we are moving the material from one location to another location with the help of manual truck, manual pallet truck, then it is both transportation as well as a motion. Because in this case, man is also moving and material is also moving. So he is moving the material manually on pallet truck, not forklift. So in this case, it is a transportation as well as the motion because man is also moving, material is also moving. Suppose he is moving just with the help of forklift, it is a transportation. And motion is related to human. Understood? Okay. Now, let's see one of the layout. So I will explain this West with one of the example. And then we will proceed. Okay. So transportation. Okay. Unnecessary movement of material, products, etc., etc. And that results into increase in cost, time lost, waiting is there, like that. The example is zigzag or crisscross movement of the material. For example, this was the one of the layout in our company. So normally in lean, normally I say that please take a printout of your shop on A3 size. For example, this is A3 size or bigger. You can take a bigger. So please take a printout of your shop. So I have taken this printout. Okay. Now mark the first process. So here was the process number 1. And mark another process. Here was the process number 2. Here was the process number 3. It was an old layout. Here was the process number 4. Here is the process number 5. Here is the process number 6. Here is the process number 7. Now see the layout. Now see the layout. It is material is moving from here to here. Again coming close to here and again coming there. Again 4 to 5. 6 is on another shade. This is plant. This is outside the plant. Another shade. Again this coming here for the operation number 7. So this is called as transportation waste, zigzag, crisscross movement of the material. Normally, it is said that material flow should be unidirectional. Material flow should be unidirectional. This is a zigzag. This is a crisscross movement of the material. I will just explain you. So just imagine it is happened in reality. This has happened in reality. I will just explain you. So there is one hospital in Pune. So I went in that hospital. So here was the reception. Hmm? And there were patient with me and we want to admit that patient in that hospital. So receptionist, she was sitting here. She is the receptionist, for example. So I went there and I asked, so I have a patient with me. So, but please let me know if where is the insurance office. So because we have insurance, can anyone guide us? So this illness is covered in insurance or not? So it is really happened. So that lady told me that here is the insurance office. Okay. So please go there and ask whether this illness is covered in that or not. Okay. So my patient is with me. So I went there. It was insurance person was saying. So I told that insurance whether this illness is covered in that or not. So insurance people saying that yes, this illness is covered. Now you can go to the admin. So admin will tell you what is the procedure. Okay. So admin is sitting here. Admin department was here. Okay. So insurance told me that go to the admin and please check. So I came to the admin. Okay. Again, that admin department is saying that yes, these are the documents required. Please submit these documents. And please check whether it a private room is allowed to you or not, because this illness is covered, but I think private room is not covered. Please check. I asked me. So I again came to the this department. Whether is private room is allowed or not. They are saying no, private room is not allowed. Okay. I again went to the admin to communicate. Yes, there is a private room is not allowed. Okay. Now, what is next procedure? Now, admin is saying me that at that time there was a COVID, so you need to take a COVID test. So you need to take the COVID test. So I asked where I should go. So here was the COVID test. So please go with the patient to please again the COVID test. So here we went. So we need to wait for the report. So again here was a waiting W. COVID test 30 minutes. That quick report I forget the name. what was that report he was giving in 30 minutes. So we were just waiting there. So report was negative. So admin is saying that if your report is positive, you are admitted in the next building, and if your report is negative, you are admitted in another building. So I came up with a report and I submitted that report to the admin. Oh, now admin is saying that yes, your report is negative. Now I was also tired. I was also tired. Now admin is saying that you are allotted this room number. So I asked the wheelchair. So I asked wheelchair, will I get a wheelchair for the patient? The admin will say, yes, there is a wheelchair. Where is the wheelchair? Here is the wheelchair. So I again came. So wheelchair is there. So the wheelchair I picked. Again I came here because there was patient with me. So wheelchair is there. So where is the lift? So lift is near to this receptionist lift. I again came here. There is a lift. And by using this lift, we admitted that patient. Now see the process flow. See the zigzag motion. So it is a transportation on motion as well. Because the patient is with me and I'm struggling a lot. So what is their layout? Reception is here, insurance is there, admin department is there, test should be conducted here, wheelchair is there, lift is there. So I'm moving a lot here and there, here and there, here and there. So that is called as transportation as well as the motion waste in this case. But particularly in earlier case, as I'm telling you, in earlier case, it was purely transportation waste because that material is moved with the help of forklift. So hence transportation is treated as a waste because there is a zigzag motion and customer will not pay for this moment. Customer will not pay even though it will consume resources. I have taken one of the project in one of the company and we reduced the transportation by 50% and we just check for that one product. We are making near about 50 products, but for that one product, forklift was moving 6,000 kilometers in a year. Forklift was moving 6,000 kilometers in a year. That was the transportation waste. For one product, forklift was moving 6,000 kilometers. And we reduced that transportation waste by 62%. Because that was the need, because there are lots of zigzag crisscross motion. And first I always say that take a layout print and then just track your workstation. And when I tracked the workstation, it was a very crisscross, very zigzag. And then I approached to the plant head, sir, we need to work on this layout change, sir, lots of zigzag and crisscross motion. And when we reduced the waste by transportation 62%, we installed a unidirectional flow and we acted against that waste. So this waste is called as transportation when you are moving the material here and there, zigzag or crisscross. That is called as transportation. So is it clear? Transportation. And why it is treated as a waste? Because customer is not willing to pay for it. Customer is not willing to pay for it, but we are moving material unnecessary. We are moving the material unnecessary in zigzag manner, crisscross manner, and hence transportation is treated as a waste. Okay, understood? So inventory we will cover tomorrow. We will just cover one waste motion. Please remind me tomorrow. We need to cover inventory. Now let's understand the motion waste. Let's understand the motion waste. As I told you, motion is unnecessary or extra movement of people that will result into fatigue, or tired employees, so I was moving with patient, so I was tired because I came there to admit the patient and I also tired, patient also tired. So when there is an extra movement, and the result of that extra movement is fatigue, or employee will be tired. And always remember, when there is a fatigue, when there is a stress, when employees are tired, there are chances of accident. Their efficiency will go down. There are chances of accidents. And normally, hence, we are always saying that always work for the 3D, always make their jobs easy. Just imagine the example of remote. So when there was no remote, we were doing lots of movement. We were tired, we were fatigued, again getting close, going close to the TV, again coming back, again getting up close to the TV, again coming back. So extra movement that will always result into fatigue, tired, and there are chances of accident. And examples are operator searching for the tools here and there, excessive walking, 100 steps he is walking. I was walking a lot of steps in that hospital. These are all the examples of excess motion. These are all the examples of excess motion. In one of the company, leave was not automatically. There was a leave card and person has to take a sign on that leave card. And to take a sign on that leave card, person is moving from here to HR department, taking leave card, again coming to the vice president, again taking the sign of their boss, again depositing that card to the HR. So there was a lot of motion. Just there is only one sign. There was only one sign required on that leave card, and he was going in HR, again taking that leave card, again coming their workstation, again going to near to the their manager was absent or manager was not at that location, again he was coming back, again he was going there. Imagine that motion. He need only one sign, and for that sign he was moving a lot. So that is called as excess motion. Operator or employee will be tired, it will be fatigue. Okay, got that? Excess motion is clear. Motion means unnecessary or extra movement of people that will always result into fatigue, tiredness. And examples are operator is searching for the tools. Operator is going for that cage. He is moving 100 feet. So one step less. That one step less means we need to reduce that distance. We need to reduce the walking. We need to reduce the bending moment. So when I observe that operator is bending 27 times for the setup, and we reduce that bending moment from 27 times to 10 times. So 17 times per setup, we reduce the bending moment. We reduce the fatigue of the operator. Okay, that is called as motion waste. That is called as motion waste. Okay, now there is one tool I will tell you concept. That concept is called as POUS. Are you aware about this concept? POUS. What is that POUS? So it is the Kaizen against the motion waste. But what is POUS? What does it mean? POUS, what does it mean? And we should use this principle against motion waste. We should use this principle against this motion waste. So that principle is POUS. We should use this principle against this motion waste. What is POUS? POUS is called as point of use storage. Point of use storage. What does it mean? We are keeping the material near to the our location. Near to our location because we need to reduce the motion waste. Example, my wife always keep the sugar and the tea powder near to the gas stove. My wife is not keeping the sugar and tea powder in my gallery, in my balcony, but she is keeping sugar and tea powder near to the gas stove. My question is why? Why she is keeping the material near to the gas stove? Why? Easy to access, yes. Second is fatigue will be reduced, time will be reduced, yes. Age of work, time will be reduced, reduce the motion, less motion, yeah, correct? So that concept is called as point of use storage. Always store the material near to your location, hence you need not to search. So please use this principle called as POUS, point of use storage, and this is a very good principle against this motion waste. So understood motion waste, understood the POS concept, please type yes. We can discuss a lot of example on POS concept, but this is a simple example. Okay. So motion waste is clear? Yes. Normally in India, we are keeping all this, for example, spoons, etc., gas lighter near to the gas because we need not to search, right? So this is called as POUS principle, point of use storage, POUS, and it is used against the motion waste. Okay. So quick recap, what we discussed today. We discussed what is waste. Yes, Soumya. Wow, this is related to 5 years, it's second yes, yes. I will give you hint tomorrow if time permits. Okay. So we discussed what is waste. Yes. What is waste and Uno circle? So what is waste? Definition: an activity which consume resources but customer is not willing to pay for it. It is called as waste. So we need to remember downtime. Okay. We need to remember downtime. So what is D? Yes, defect. What is O? Overproduction. What is W? Waiting. So what should be your priority? Material should waiting is there, man material waiting is there, and machine waiting is there. You should act on which material first because it consumes 60 to 65%. Material should be treated as a prime minister. Okay. Then what is T? Transportation. Okay. What is the difference between transportation and motion? Transportation is related to goods and motion related to man. Very good. Okay. So, if there will be lot of motion, what will be the effect? Operator will be tired. Operator will be fatigued. And when the operator is tired, operator is fatigued, efficiency will come down. And always remember that efficiency will be come down. There are chances of accidents. Okay, and he will not able to produce the quality products because he's tired, he's fatigued. Suppose there is no fan, just imagine there is no fan, he's working in summer for 12 hours. So I when visited one of the company, I visited shop floor, literally operator was sweating. There is no fan and he was working for 12 hours. He was from different state and he was working for the 12 hours and there was no fan. Just imagine there is a summer. So people are sitting in AC and they're telling that she should do this, he should do this. But fact is that literally he was sweating on the shop floor. He was standing there. There was no sitting arrangement. He was standing for 12 hours. Escape that, for example, lunch or tea. And we are expecting a good quality product. And he's tired, he's fatigued. He's finding it difficult to load the job. And we are expecting the efficiency for him, right? So it is clear. So we will see tomorrow mainly inventory and extra processing waste. So we have covered D, O, W, and T and I. So two wastes are remaining, inventory and extra processing. We will cover it tomorrow and there will be some exercise. There will be some videos tomorrow and you need to do exercise or discussion. So thank you. I hope you understand today's session and thank you very much. Good night and see you tomorrow at 7:30. Hope you understand the concept of waste. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Kalpesh ji. Thank you, Balaji. Thank you, Rajiv ji. Thank you, Satya Saran. Thank you. I will stop recording.